What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. Inside of today's video, we're going to be taking a look at our day one of the monthly qualifiers in EU. So tomorrow there are 2 more games remaining. I won't ruin the results of the games in the intro, but if you want to be cheering us on tomorrow, I'll put a link in the description to 2 streams you can watch both on Ark's channel and on Teddy's channel, so make sure to check them out in the description and in the comment section below. But yeah, some really intense games today. Super proud of how we played. So without further ado, let's jump straight into it. All right, guys, so heading into the first game. Well, actually, this is the third game of a set. For some reason, the first 2 games weren't actually available on the replay. Not too sure why, but yeah, starting off with the first game up against Lazza here. So Lazza, if you guys don't know, I think they qualified for the last monthly finals. Definitely a really, or the monthly finals beforehand, definitely a really underrated team. Got some really good players inside of it. So it's actually 1-1 in this set. The bans were Stu, Bell, and Primo. So starting off with that. So both teams going with Piper Crow, especially considering Max isn't really the best in the meta. Bell banned as well, so most people just opt for a Piper in the middle. Just really good at pinching lanes, really good at opening up the map, and it's always been one of Piper's best maps. Sprout is just really good, especially once you get one of your walls, you can block off so much of one of the lanes of the middle, and also a decent counter to Crow, especially if you don't feed him that super to begin with. So Piper does break up here. Again, we're just trying not to feed Crow too much here. We've got to be a little bit careful because Sprout, if things get a little bit messy, it can be really hard, especially if like a Piper breaks open a wall where I'm sitting down the left, or if a Crow just jumps on me or something like that. Amber just uses a gadget just like she is here and bursts me down. So I've got to be really careful here, not really to get into her range too often, as I will easily lose my lane. So also this is, I believe, the 3rd round. Or the 4th, I think it's actually the 4th. Yeah, it must be. It's the 4th round. It's the 4th round, so we didn't really face anyone that we knew before this. So definitely, actually, a tough matchup considering it was round 4. So I'm struggling to hit the Crow here in the open with Crow's movement speed. It's actually really hard to hit him if you haven't got like overgrowth, or if you don't shoot like 2 shots at the same time, for example. So Drage does go down. So here things got a little bit shady. So I do get a tap on Naruto there. I use my wall to block off a little bit of the middle. Tom gets a nice jump there. He's going to be really aggressive in the middle. Gugu is a little bit trapped here. I'll just try and fire some warning shots. I hit him once. Luckily, it makes him 1 shot for Tom. Tom can just shoot him once in a really good position there to take him down. Quite lucky, actually. I just get the 3 gems and we just get out of there. So a bit chaotic to begin with, really, but in the end, we do solidify things. You can just see once like a bit of the map is opened up, can get really shady for me, but yeah, there's just no way that these guys are going to be able to come back. So it's a nice first set win for us. Let's hop into the next set. All right, guys, so hopping into the first game of Siege, set number 2. You guys bear with me a little bit, guys. My throat is still pretty much dead, not really feeling the best. So if I just take some random sips of water throughout my commentary, yeah, just bear with me. And again, that's probably why I've not uploaded anything on my main channel today. Just not been feeling the best and trying to focus on qualifiers. But anyway, they get a really good start here. They managed to get both the bolts, so we nearly get the first one on the left, but then we get Gene pretty much low, but he still just goes over to the right with the barley heals and just takes him down. So not really the best scenario here, considering they've got a first robot. First robot is just really important. I've always said it in Siege. It can just dictate the pace of the game. You can really decide whether you want to hold for the last robot, whether you want to get the next robot, get a bunch of bots going. You know what I mean by now. Siege pretty much not changed since forever. So good flush out from Tom. I've got a pull here, so I'm going to look to try and pull someone. I do pull the Gene there, which was a bit of a mistake because I haven't got the ammo to take him down. I hit a shot onto the wall. He then gets his pull and pulls me, and just everyone just losing their lane at the wrong time there. So really unfortunate. I probably should have gone for like the Rico or someone over on the lane, trying to help someone win the lane, and then the lane can help pinch the middle. So a bit of a mistake there, to be honest. Also, I think Drage misplayed his gadget a little bit, just to be a little bit strict on our gameplay. But yeah, anyways, we're quite low on HP. We're not really in a good position. The one thing when we defend, we're not really always like set up pretty high to take it back. So we do go pretty low here. But 3-3 going to last round is not be all and end all at the moment, even though his Barley Super is basically going to kill Tom there. So it's looking quite rough. Drage is 1 shot. He's going to go down. And yeah, there's just no chance we can come back from this one, really. I go for the pull on Gugu. I do get pulled back, and that's literally GG. So yeah, that's going to be the first game of Siege going to them. Let's hop into the next one. All right, guys, so hopping into the second game of Siege. I've had to redo so many of these recordings so many times because my throat is just completely messed. So I hope you guys enjoy it regardless. So yeah, anyways, apologies, keeps talking about it. It's really bugging me. But yeah, we're gonna be switching out the Barley gadget. Instead of a slow, we use the heal. We figured we probably need the heal a little bit more, considering we need to pick up the bolts a little bit better. So Tom does go down there, probably a little too aggro, does get caught down. I didn't really need to go for that bolt as well. I remember Tom saying like we need to collect that bolt. I think I just probably realized a little bit too late. I don't really know, but anyways, I shouldn't have gone for it in that moment because obviously it led for me to die. Should have tried to keep control there. Not Tom, Drage unfortunately goes down there. It was just about to pop his gadget, gets taken down. So we're looking in a really bad position here because in a draw, especially considering we've got all the control, they're going to be in a really good position because if they keep this position, especially like nearing the end of a round, they're going to be saving bolts for the next round as well. So we really need to push it out, especially at the late game, so we can get some bolts for last at least. Tom goes down again there. We're kind of getting clapped in the mirror, to be honest. They're playing extremely well. So another Barley super. I can't really work my way into mid at the moment. Gene's getting a pinch onto the Rico. And yeah, as I said, we're not looking good at all here. They're getting 2, 3, 4 bolts. That is okay. I think Drage gets killed. I don't think he's going to go for that bolt. So it's actually 4-4 going into the last round, and they've just got a big robot against us. So yeah, not looking good at all for us. Honestly, we definitely need to improve on this map for sure going into the future. So we're actually not in the complete worst situation here. We need to try and get a kill. Alex just missed that pull though. Drage gets a really nice kill here, I believe. Yeah, nice. We get a pinch on that Rico as well. And yeah, it kind of just went from there. So we're going to try and get him here. I pull Barley into the Barley shots, and he's going to get taken down. So yeah, we've got the last robot right there. Let's see. Tom uses his super to flush out the Gene. I don't know why he's going into the middle to play to collect a bolt. It doesn't really matter at this point. All we have to do here is try and stay alive. Barley going to try and super out Tom. Honestly, they could have defended this a lot better. I'm not too sure like how badly they defended that. I don't know what they're really doing on that defense. We just seem to go down really easily, but that's going to be that game right there. Let's hop into the next one. All right, guys, so going into the final game of this Siege set. So currently it's 1-0 in this set as well. So again, both teams with the mirror combination kind of figured out how to play a little bit better. To be honest, we're not really running this comp too much inside of scrims. We normally run the Sandy in the middle instead, but kind of scared of aggros. So I think Gene's a little bit better in that case. So we have a really good first engagement there. I think I'll try and go for the Rico pull. I just back out there. Drage doing a good job. Heals up, nearly takes him down. So we're in a good position getting the first robot here. I think I'll go for the pull on the Gene. Do I? I can't actually remember if I do. Yeah, get the pull on Gene. I know as well, if you pull through the robot's going to be hitting them a few times as well. So that's 2 people dead on defense, and we just know straight away that we can do enough damage to one push because 2 of them are down. And yeah, that's going to be GG straight away. So we end up one pushing them somehow after such like an intense series. But yeah, that's going to be the win right there in round number 4. Let's hop into round number 5. All right, guys. So heading into round number 5 up against Totem again. So we did face them in the last qualifiers, losing off against them, if you guys remember. We lost against them recently in the Case of Cup as well, but then beat them in the Brawl Masters. So definitely we actually have quite a lot of even matchups against them. So the bands were Gene, Primo and Stu for this one. So as you probably know by now, Sandy was good even without the stun gadget inside of gem grab and double swoosh, but even more so with that stun gadget. So I accidentally pressed my gadget there, so kind of just using it for pressure. It's actually a good way to use one of your gadgets. I don't think you really get to use all 3 of the gadgets inside of this map anyway, especially as a mid. So Drage just get pinched down the lane. It is kind of easy for Drage to get pinched, and I can't really do it on Tom's lane because you see there the grass is just broken straight away. So I do go down there. Unfortunately, probably a little bit too aggro for me. It's really good game sense from Tom to get that blind super on the gem carrier. So the reason why we went as well, just to obviously give you some insight into what we were thinking. So Bell just pretty much counter Amber because Bell can free tap Amber. So a lot of people just go Bell on that lane. Amber's just good in general because what she can do, she can break up that grass. As you can see, like there's 2 spots which Amber's broken, me in the middle, so like Sandy knows where I am at all times. And then down the lane as well, it's like Bell can't really walk up to an Amber and just shotgun her. So At the minute, we're not really in the best position at all here, but Maori is targeted. When a gem carrier is targeted, it's obviously going to be a lot easier to take him down. I think I got a couple of shots towards my Sandy Super down the lane when Drage died, which I didn't comment on, which is obviously going to give me this Sandy Super right here. So this is going to be what changes the game. Drage goes for a double pull, and yep, that's going to be all she wrote, because I get the gadget onto Sandy, and it's easy, well, just as easy as that. Nice combination from me and Drage. Managed to take it home. So Tom played really well here as well. He actually got star player in this game because of how well they're dealing with the Amber, and overall just being a menace down the lane. So we're able to take home the first game right there. Let's hop into the next one. All right, guys, so hopping into the next game of Double Swoosh. So as well, I forgot to mention at the beginning, I think Double Swoosh is one of our worst maps inside the whole of the game. Like, we're just not really the best at Double Swoosh because it's like a really patient playstyle, and it basically just kind of got to wait until the enemy team messes up. So probably a little bit too aggro from me here, but then again, Tom wins this lane here, gets the mark onto Sprout as well. Unfortunately dies. I don't know if Tom didn't die there, I think we would have been in a much better position as well. Drage getting tapped by the Bell, so we kind of had a feeling they would go Bell again. We thought Spike would probably do a better job than Tara. Tara not really the best against Bell either in that lane, so I thought Spike would be better, but at the same time we kind of knew that Spike wouldn't do good because his cactus basically just makes it so it keeps bouncing off him. Anyway, Drage gets him pretty much low. I have to get the kill onto Sprout there, but we're not able to do anything really with it. Drage does super the gems there. Maybe instead he could have used it on his lane and got some lane control, but then again, he saw the Sprout going up, didn't want him to get the gems. We're just in a really awkward position at the moment. I've basically been trying to play my life for such a long time. I haven't managed to get all the gems, so they completely wiped the floor with us really in that first game. We saw it Sprout, and we knew we kind of had to just make it messy because we got that Spike. Maybe we just played it a little bit too messy, and I was one shot away from a super, so I felt like if we did a couple of things differently and just wait it out, probably like another 10 seconds, I would have definitely got my super, would have got control, we probably would have collapsed on that Sprout, but able to take the first game there, and yeah, let's go into the next one. All right, guys, so heading into the final game of the set. So again, we're going Sprout, and we've actually trained well, not a lot, but quite a fair bit without Gene in play, because that's like Clash's main ban. It's also just an okay ban in general to get rid of Gene, especially on a map like this. Like, Gene is just so game breaking, because you can just go down the lane, get your super free, and just sit with your super. It's kind of crazy. So yeah, we're going with Sprout again. As I said, it's probably like the second time I've even seen Sprout being used on this map. And it's actually underrated, so I wasn't too sure how to really play against it. So we've gone a bit more passive this time around. We went for the Amber ourselves here, just because it just breaks up in lane, and as well, once Tom gets out the next super, he's just going to be breaking up the mid. Maybe a bit of a waste of gadget there, don't really get too much value, but again, he's probably just looking to try and break up the grass as quickly as possible. So just go down there, be a little bit too cheap. Drage does get betrayed there, which is okay, I guess. This is where it probably starts to go wrong a little bit. So Sprout gets the wall in mid, blocks off my mid, which is probably a good reason they go Sprout, right? So I get the stun onto Sprout. We get the kill. So here we really should have got those gems. So I feel like Tom should have gone a little bit more aggro there. Just got the Bell down. And considering it was only a Sprout respawning, it would have been okay. I do go down with the gems here. So I don't understand how it kind of went so wrong here. So Drage, not too sure where he should be going here. Felt like, oh well, we kind of discussed it anyway in VC. It's not me putting blame onto other people, guys. Don't think that. So instead, he probably should have just picked up the gems and went down the lane. And again, he still is full HP there. He's got the wall here. Tom does set him on fire. He just in time gets back to eat his bush to make him obviously more HP. Amber with a fire again. And this Bell is just playing so aggro, just tapping Tom as soon as he comes up. I can't really do anything. I haven't really got any range to compete with like an Amber and a Bell. I'm just basically a sitting duck. Like, what am I supposed to do? Like Gene, you can chip him at distance. You can do other things, but as a Sandy, you can't really help pinch your lane too much unless you have it grass. And just look at my grass; it's completely gone at this point because of the Ambers on the team. So yeah, I felt like what we should have done, the one mistake we made as a team, is not take out that Bell behind the wall. We would have probably won the game if we put a bit more pressure on them, got that Bell behind the wall, got those 3 gems, and more than likely we would have got out and won. But unfortunately, not being able to capitalize on that, so we do lose the first set right there. Kind of close towards the end. Not really too close, but yeah, that's going to be the first set right there. Let's hop into the next one. All right, guys, so hopping into the next game. So parallel plays, no Gene in play. So the best comp actually for this map so far is the one that both teams have gone. So we got the Belle, got the Leon, and we have the Jesse. So Leon's gadget's going to be there. Not too sure why so the Bressa actually went in like that, because he just got tapped up a lot, fed a lot of super. And again, he kind of, well, he did take the gadget down straight away, but then he goes down. He just gives a lot of value to all of us. As soon as one person goes down here, I can just sneak up. I've got my super already. I'm able to get the mark onto the Belle and take him down. So we're in a really good position here. Unfortunately, Drake gets hit and it somehow hits me as well. So I've got to heal up. But you just see how good this gadget is, especially behind the wall. Again, he's going to go really aggro to take down the gadget, but I don't think you really need to do that. I feel like you need to just chip, just kind of scout the area and then go to take that gadget once you've confirmed the kill. The gadget isn't really like the first play, especially when both teams have got Leon, right? I don't think you need to do that. So yeah, Drake makes his way onto the right. He's also using Invisiheal, by the way, and Drake is using Smoke Trails. So Smoke Trails is really, really good, especially to get onto a target. Like, I normally recommend Invisiheal, right? But I think on this map specifically, how fast you can go from like defensive lane to offensive lane with Smoke Trails is kind of insane. So that's kind of where you want to play Smoke Trails. You want to be sneaky, and everyone is for sure going to be loving Leon in this meta. So we get some good percentage here. I actually nearly sneezed on got live commentary there, which would have been quite embarrassing for sure. But yeah, we'll get some good time here. Me and Drake pinching. Nice slow on the Leon down the left there. So Drake getting some really good time. I'm kind of prioritizing a little bit more our defensive side instead of our offense, because well, I just don't want them to get too much time. Kind of expected Drake to eventually get pinched off here. So Drake with the Smoke Trails. Wow, I didn't realize that he actually did that. Look how fast he actually got up there. He was rapid. There's just no way that they expected him to have that super. So we're able to take on the first game there. That Smoke Trails, it was just literally like Usain Bolt going up that right hand side there. Let's hop into the next. Alright guys, hopping into the next game. So we kind of read them with the Sprout pick. It's a little bit obvious with Totem anyways. For 10-2, just try and counter as much as possible, which obviously is a viable strategy, but yeah, that's the thinking. We're going Sprout to try and get rid of that Leon gadget. So Tom goes really aggro there, forcing them to pinch him off. So the reason why I didn't go aggro with him, we've obviously tested out a lot in scrims, aggro comps, and it's not that beneficial to go help him on the right hand lane, just because you don't want to lose that left hand lane. So I just realized that a lot of times I've got to just sit back, just help both lanes here, especially if you're Byron. You can do really well there. So I'm going to get some really nice taps onto the enemy team and also on my teammates as well. So Tom's just going to go aggro on a Sprout straight away. A bit of a bad splash from me. Mari's going to try and push up. That's good game sense there. Nuga's going to push up as soon as I miss that. So we're going to gadget in the middle here. And get some really nice taps of Mara. Mara is one shot. I think I'll eventually get him down. I just love playing Baron, guys. I think, you know, by now already the sharpshooters are just the most fun for me to play inside of a game. So get some nice taps there. I hear the slow. Drake's just going to go up with my Baron heals. Tom gets a nice double stun there. Probably a little bit late with my splash there. I kind of just presumed he would die like immediately. Sorry, Brezza. He goes down the left here. So this is what I was worried about. Like, if we went too aggro, Sprout can just do really well at just 1v2ing. Like, if you're a decent Sprout, a lot of times you can just 1v2 down that left-hand lane. So we actually managed to get him off pretty quickly there. So that was well played from us. We're up in like 10% here. So doing actually fairly decent. We've got one more Leon gadget here. It's going to be coming in clutch to get some nice taps onto Jesse there. Trying to tap Tom fail a few times, but regardless, Jesse's going to be going there, but eventually he's going to get super. He's going to be getting Mari one shot there. I think I get a splash onto sort of the Brezza there. He's going to go down, so a little bit scary here. 11% left. I'm just going to hold it, especially considering we've got this gadget. They just don't know where I am. They can't really risk pushing up, so it's definitely a really good thing to have. Tom's just going to run up here. He grapples onto Sprout. He does go down, but Drage as well, playing really, really well. Manages to get onto zone as well. Takes down Mario, and you can see here we've got the lead. So I've tapped on Mario a little bit here. I'm close to super, so Tom's going to help me pinch here. And even if Tom gets taken down, I'm going to get my super unleashed on one shot. So we're going to eventually get him down. He does get marked though. He has got his super, so Sprout's going to go defensive lane. Sprout probably spent too much time going defensive lane, especially considering I've got double aggro. It's not really the best matchup for him. So I've got my splash here. I'm tapping really, really well. I managed to get a few more taps. I've got a splash. Probably could have splashed up a little bit higher. But regardless, we're able to take home at the game there. Get a nice tap onto the Jesse to take him down. And we're able to win it just like that. So yeah, that's going to be hot zone there. We just played that really well. Really good communication, really good teamwork, and we're able to take home the dub. So that's going to be that game right there. Let's hop into the next one. All right, guys. So going into the next game, this one is just painful off the get-go. You may be wondering why we're going like a BB and a Buzz against like a Rico. We didn't really expect like a Sandy and a Nita, right? They just fully predicted us. It's a full hard counter, guys. Obviously, people in the chat or whatever, you're thinking like, oh, why did Tribe go this comp? Why didn't they just go control comp? Well, if we could predict the future, we'd win every single game because we'd just have to match up every single time. You gotta definitely realize. But this game, a lot of times we call it so much. It is basically the rock paper scissors. There's like 3 different archetypes in the game, which you kind of have to predict the enemy team and what you're going. So yeah, they just go for the hard count straight away here. Drage makes a little bit of an error for going with that guy instead of just focusing on the ball. But regardless, if anything, that could have been a little bit of a blessing because we get the opportunity to score off the rescore here. So get the super onto Drage. We get 2 people down and we somehow do not score here. So yeah, that's going to be that. Maybe I think Drake said MVC when we watched back together that he should have probably prioritized getting the bear down there because Rico was one shot. I could have probably finished up with Rico and scored. So yeah, definitely chokes on our end. Even against Nita, I feel like in a Poké double tank combination, you should be able to score off the first literally engagement, or else you're pretty much screwed, right? Especially if you've got a Nita bear. You've got to score off that first engagement because we're going to be burning gadgets. We're going to be burning that BB gadget, we're going to be burning that Poké gadget. And just as the game goes on for longer, it's going to be harder, especially when they build up their supers. You know, these Nita bears are just so painful for us to deal with. So again, the main reason why we went this comp was to counter the Rico. So most people on this map, right, I'd say that like, the most common comp, 9 times out of 10, is like a Ticket or Barley in the middle, a Rico down the lane, and then like a Spike or a Surge or like a Sandy down the other lane. I've not seen Nita on this map in like forever, and the reason, again, if you watch Case of Cup when we faced off against XO actually used this exact comp against us and just completely wrecked us. It's such a good counter because what you can do, BB is just like one of the hardest counters to Rico, especially with the shield and the gadget. It's just going to beat Rico every single time you 2-shot him. It's going to be so easy to win that lane. I think 2-shot or even 3-shot, but with the bubble, it's definitely a 2-shot, not bubble. But yeah, that's why this comp just hard counter the comp we expected to face, but for some reason, somehow they predicted us. We don't even use Poké double tank too much inside of scrims, and they're just still read us like that. So unfortunately, that's going to be the first Brawl game right there. Let's hop into the next one. All right, guys, so hopping into the next game of Brawl. So yeah, we're going for a more tried and tested combination, considering they just went Sandy in the middle. We knew they didn't really want to go Throw in the middle, so I went with the Rico. Honestly, I don't even get much chance to play Rico anymore, guys. It's probably the only map I get to play Rico on, maybe splits sometimes. Other than that, like, my teammates are always going at lane, so I just completely pop off inside of a lane, just completely wreck him. I wreck the Sandy as well. Considering he's got the lane off of spawn as well, I think there should be no way that I'm able just to walk up his lane straight away and just win it like that. It's definitely really bad on his part, considering as well, and again, I kill him again, which is kind of crazy how quickly we're just bodying them here. So I do get a kill on Sorted Brezza here. Sandy does get super, so I'm in a really good position. I was gonna think about making a play. Maybe could have, to be honest. I probably should have gone for that. I'm not entirely sure there. I just wasn't too confident with this new Rico gadget. Like, I'm good at getting value with it, but it's not like I've played him continuously. I probably need to play a bit more ladder to get used to the gadget. But yeah, I'm not too sure. In terms of like aggro plays, I've not really had much experience with it, so I couldn't really judge on that one. But regardless, I'm probably talking too much. I'm over thinking my plays, but yeah. We are 1-0 up at the moment. Spike is actually really good against Surge, especially with the new gadget. Surge is slowly a little bit going out of the meta. We used to use Surge a lot here, so Rico was already good against B on this map. I used to go Rico before the new gadget came out against B. It's really good, especially if you just hit the obviously his bounces against the wall, and like as soon as you get positioning once for Rico on this map, you can spawn trap heavily, right? Because there's just so many boxes where you can ricochet the shots off. Especially if you're using the super bouncy style power, you're just going to completely wreck them. So that's why Rico's so good. He's also good against tanks as well. Just a really good ruler right now in the meta. You're seeing so much Rico everywhere. He's absolutely insane, guys. So Drage, for some reason, kicks the ball into the corner. I'm not too sure why he really did that. He does eventually get the ball out of here, but it doesn't really matter. Drage gets the fadeaway shots onto the Surge, and we're able to score right there. So that's going to be the goal right there. Let's hop into the next one. All right, guys. So moving on to match point. for both teams here. So I actually got the fortunate spawn this time around. So we waited for like 5 minutes in between this game, because obviously there's so much on the line here. Also, there's only 8 rounds. So basically, if we get like 7 and 1, we're going to be qualifying for the next qualifiers here. So this is round number 5, if I didn't mention it already. And yeah, going into it, we really thought, because there's obviously like no disrespect to Totem, but they always, like, it's what a clever team does, right? They always look for the hard counter. Like every single game, they're kind of switching up the combo, trying to figure out what counters what, which is obviously a really viable strategy now in esports, and people still don't seem to realize that, especially like a game like Brawl Stars, where there's nearly 50 brawlers in the game. There's going to be gadgets, there's going to be brawlers, there's going to be different maps which counter different ways of playing. So yeah, they've gone for the Barley to counter the Spike. We was really debating whether to go like a Buzz or a like a Sprout down that lane. I really wish we would have, to be honest, but regardless, I'm winning my lane again. I think I only lost my lane like once here. Like my Rico was just absolutely insane inside of this game. Like there's a reason why I say one of the best Rico, like, as I just died there. But if you've actually seen there, you might have to rewind it if you missed it. We actually could have scored there. I believe Tom was asking for the ball. If he actually well, if he passed the ball to either me or Tom there, we probably would have scored, considering the situation we were in. Even with Mario with speed, I'm still just running it at him here. I'm playing really well. I'm really feeling like I'm playing strong today. I get the super on him as well, completely wreck him. So they get another kill. Sandy, he's going to lag here. And really in this scenario, I feel like we should be scoring. I mean, he just lags here. We're just keeping control. We kind of don't want to overcommit, because there's a Barley right. If we last into overtime, we're going to move to win. So again, nice Rico super onto him again. Completely destroy him. And this situation here, I feel like we should probably score. We got them all spawn trapped. But Mario does really well there. I probably rushed it a little bit too much there. Yeah, definitely rushed it too far. My throat's completely gone at this point, and you've seen a mistake there. So what happened is that we were kind of calling just before that moment to just keep control. Tom goes in, he dies, he feeds Sandy super. He saw Sandy was quite weak, didn't realize he had a gadget left. He dives, feeds Sandy super. Me and Dredge are weak. We get pushed back, and this is just like the worst scenario can be in, right? Yeah, we just really screwed it over for ourselves. We dominated the whole game, because invade a hard counter. We dominated near enough the entire game. We had them in spawn, and we just kind of let it slip. So kind of annoying to lose like that, considering how good we were actually playing as a team. But still unfortunately lose to Tom Radar. So obviously no disrespect to Tom. Tom Radar actually a really good team. People just because of the names just think that they're not a good team, but Tom actually really strong team, and definitely one to look out for in the future. 100% top 5. They played so well. But yeah, a little bit frustrating considering they had a better comp, and we actually could have won. We just rushed it towards the end. Definitely should have held off for a little bit. Just kept some weak, kept some spawn traps, and we would have won that game. So yeah, that's unfortunately going to be the loss right there to Totem. Let's hop into round number 6. Alright guys, so moving on to round number 6, the last one of the day. So actually facing off against Bunker, like the hardest round 6 game, I think, out of like most teams. We both teams go for the same comp. So Buzz is just really strong, Barley really strong, and the same with Jean. So I went to Jean instead as a Sprout, because I'm kind of scared of aggro. Like Buzz is just going to completely wreck a Sprout, right? So hey, that's why we're going for it. So we managed to get the first robot here, really important. Also, the bans I forgot to mention was Stu, Primo, and Bell. So Bell not good on this map. Stu and Primo completely broken in the meta. Stu would have been everywhere. Primo would have been everywhere as well. So yeah, that's what the bans are. So we're doing really well to get our first boss there. You can see we do really well. Dredge gets a nice grapple onto the Barley, working his way up to a stun super there. So Tom does die, which is a really good super from a shield, but we managed to get a trade out. So I'm actually looking really good here. Going into the second round, we're up 2-1. So I'm looking for the pull here on my boss. Boss goes into the middle. I get an absolutely insane Gene pull. As always, when I'm playing Gene on C, just seems to just hit these really good pulls. Get him into the Ike. Obviously, if I'm pulling him into the Ike, we're going to be able to get him down much quicker. I cycle my super really fast here. Get a pull on Mommy as well, realizing he's 2 shots. So I'm going to be focusing my pull towards him. Drake's doing really well just to stay by me. Just get pulled there, unfortunately, as I just jinxed it. Just misses grapple. But then again, a shield, if he hits me super, I'm able to pull him into the Ike. So playing really well here. Going into the final siege, we are down by like 3 bolts. But obviously when pushing up against like a Barley and Gene, it's really hard to gain back control. Unless you got like Gene super, it's so incredibly hard. So Tom gets a nice super onto MJ there. MJ's being forced to switch lane because he's so weak. 20 seconds left here. I'm playing it super well. So Dredge hasn't got his grapple. Yeah, he's just staying around me. I'll go for a bit of a pull here. Do miss, unfortunately. But we've got enough of a bolt lead. Dredge gets a really nice super here. Tom got a clutch super onto the buzz there to able to get him down. And we just managed to win the round there. So honestly, they could have won that last round if a few things went differently. We're able to clutch it up. So that's going to be the first game of Siege right there. Let's hop into the next one. Alright guys, so going into the second game of Siege, both teams I think keeping with the same matchup. I don't think too many, we didn't really want to go too risky here. So one thing to notice, I think both Brawlies went slow here. Tom does get taken down. Dredge doesn't get taken down because they've got a slow. Probably if an error on our end, and maybe I think we should have probably switched to like a slow on the Barley to deal with the buzz, because that slow just wrecked Dredge down the lane there. I was thinking about what like other combinations could really go on this map. Honestly, would have only really switched out probably like a BB or a Carl or even like a Sprout or something like that. There's not really too much you can go on this map really. So we actually get some decent defense there. We've got Gene Pull on retake. We've got a Barley super, so not really in the best position here. So what we're probably, I think what we're calling out on BC is try and get last robot, try and defend this second siege, and then get enough bolts for last. So yeah, as you can see, get the pull on boss. I don't have enough armor to take him down. Luckily enough, a shield actually wastes his super. I get a knockback onto a shield, buy enough time for Dredge to come and help me there. So although they've got like an 8 push on this one, we're in a really good position. Dredge is pushing here. We're looking for the pinch again. A Barley slow, it just absolutely destroys Dredge. I waste my pull there. I just remember VC being really frustrated because Gene was like, one shot of pull just pulls me. I waste my super. I don't get the kill on MJ. And then going into the last round, things are evened up. I don't have my Gene pull. You know, after I just thought we're probably going to lose this game. So going into it, that's a really clutch kill by Dredge. I don't think we would have probably wouldn't have won that game if Dredge didn't hit that pull. Clutch heals as well from Tom, so the heals actually coming into benefit there. Like, it is kind of hard, right? Like, both gadgets are really good with Barley. Again, another heal from Tom. I get the pull on boss, and yeah, so that's definitely a clutch from Dredge. I have to say, I didn't actually realize how like good that was, because just getting that one takedown on one of the brawlers, especially on a retake that quickly, is just crazy, right? So yeah, we're gonna be able to win that last one. 40% left to deal, so basically we're going to be getting this really easily as long as all of us do not die. So if you watch here, this is really dumb from us. We're literally calling out in VC not to stand near each other, and I have no idea how from that range it has actually stuns me through the wall. I was like, what? But luckily Dredge, his reaction time's on point. He's able to get the stun, cancel it out, and we're able to take home the first set right there. Let's hop into the next one. All right, guys, so going into the first game of Safe Zone right here. So as you can see by the combos, we've got Poco, Max, and BB against their comp. So let me take a sip of water and just watch this, guys. Just watch how quickly we destroy them. Yeah, so here you go. We're literally in their spawn straight away. You've got Dredge with the heals, we've got Tom with the heals, we've got Max that counters the Piper. It was just crazy how good this comp works against something like this. So we've used this type of combo a few times before. It didn't really work too much great effect. And then I believe we scrimmed like SK once. They used this comp against us once, and we were like, wow, this comp is insane. So we didn't try and show it off too much. But look how just good it is. You get a gadget on all three of our brawlers. We've got Dredge obviously with his gadget and the shield. It's just really hard to kill him, especially when you know that enemy team goes Piper, right? Piper's like no one pit. There's no Bell in play. If they ban Bell, this comp's even stronger. We know for sure we can bring out a comp like this, and just look at the damage. It's insane. We just there's just no stopping it, right? There's just no stopping it with their combo, especially if you don't expect it. So that's going to be that game right there. Really fun combo. I love this one. Let's hop into the next game. All right, guys. So hopping into the next game of High Stands. So we've gone with a Max, Amber, and Colette. We kind of expected them to go like an aggro comp as well. They switch out the Colette for the Rico. Rico's a really solid option here, right? But he's definitely using the wrong star power. I've seen Rico being used a lot on this map, and everyone uses the super bouncy one. So not too sure why he's using Robo Retreat here. Like, super bouncy can do so much damage, especially on the high safe as well if left alone. So MJ just tries to get in that little pocket bit, just to be annoying. Not too sure what he was really doing. I don't know if he was lagging or what, would just get taken down by Dredge. So she was being really annoying, especially with that Rico gadget down that lane. It's just It's just crazy. Like, you can't kill it, especially as Colette. Just can't do enough damage because he's going to be healing, right? You only do damage based on his percentage of HP, but if he's just constantly healing as you're hitting him, you're not going to kill him. Well, obviously, that makes sense, but like with Colette, just the heal kind of features of a brawler really do counter Colette. So I struggle really badly against Rico lane here. He's one shot and he's got the Robo Retreat. He does heal up like instantly there with that gadget. It's just insane. So we're just waiting for max speed here to try and go up. So we just leave the Rico here. We know he's got the wrong star power, and just look how much damage we do here. We just did like 50% immediately. That was kind of insane. Nice damage from Tom and Drake here. So all we need is one more breakout. I'm going to be able to finish the game. Colette's super does around 13%. So I know just one more super from me is going to be enough to finish this game. So we're going to make sure we all don't go down at the same time. That's the only way they're probably going to be able to come back from this one, if you all die at the same time here. So I get taken down by the Piper there. Boss with some nice taps onto Drake. Nearly wastes his super here. So to be honest, kind of looking to get a bit sketchy, but for some reason a shield kind of peaks Tom a little bit too much. He goes down. Piper goes down as well. I've got one super. There's no way they're going to be able to stop me here, so I'm just going to super up and finish the game. So we're able to clean sweep bunker right there. So GG's to them. They still have a good chance to qualify. They have 2 losses, but they can go through the tiebreaker. So yeah, going into tomorrow then. So tomorrow it will be streamed on Alt Brawl Stars and Teddy. So again, I'll link them both in the description and the comment section. So basically, if we win our next 2 games tomorrow, let me see if I can see it in the tab right here without revealing too much. Yeah, you can't see our code here. So you can see those are the results of today. We only need to win 2 more because there's only 8 rounds and we've qualified for the next one. So hopefully we can do that. So yeah, that's going to be it for today's video, guys. Hope you enjoyed. We can lose as well. I forgot to mention, we can lose 1 more. A team can go 6-2. So basically, I think how it works, I think one team will get 8-0. There'll be 6 teams, I believe, get 7-1. And then there's like 19 or 20 teams, I believe, that are going to be like 6-2. They're going to be all in a tiebreaker, and they're going to be fighting it out for the last spot for the monthly final. So it's going to be absolutely insane, guys. Definitely make sure to come over and cheer us on. So yeah, that's going to be it for today's video. Hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time.